Hello students of class 4, I am Lily Case, your social science tutor, and today we are going to begin with another lesson, that is chapter 12, the global village, and this lesson is in page number 79 in your textbook. Page number 79, the global village. Here in this lesson, you are going to learn about communication, and under communication, I'm going to tell you about the postal service, telephone, mass communication, and the internet. Okay? Now, to begin with, let me explain to you what is a communication. Communication means sending or receiving messages. Okay, suppose you tell someone and you send them a message, or you listen to something and you get a message, that is a communication. But communication is of two types. Okay, one communication is where two people talk among themselves, or there is also a communication where you send a message to a large number of people. So that is communication. So in short, I can tell you that communication means sending a message or receiving a message. All right? Okay, to begin with, we have the postal service. So under the postal service, I'm going to tell you about letters, how it is sent, and how you receive the letter. So in the first step, what you do, in a piece of paper, you will write a letter. Okay, you can see here, right? So you write down a letter and then you put it in an envelope. So here we have different types of envelopes. One is just a simple one. You can use that as well to send a letter, or you can also use a postcard. Okay, now once you put the letter inside, you're going to seal it nicely. Either you can use a glue, a gum, or a sellotape. So after you are done with the sealing, you are going to write the address on the top. So remember, you are not going to write the address only for the one that you're going to send, but you will also write the address of yourself in case your letter does not receive on time, or if your letter does not reach there because of some address mistake, then the letter used to come back to you. Okay, so for that you should also enter your address. So if you're using the normal envelopes, then you have to put the stickers, okay, known as stamps. So they're very small stickers which you paste it on top of the envelope. Also in some of the postcards, there is already a stamp attached to it, so you don't need to put any stamps. All right, now after you're done with this process, the next thing you would do is you will go and put it in the nearest letter box. All right, you can see the children doing here, right? So you will go out, put it in the letter box, or if there is no letter box, you will find the nearest post office, and in that post office you will go and personally hand it over to the ones who are working in the post office. Now once the letters are collected in this letter box, then the postman, okay, here you can see is a postman. He would come and collect all the letters from the box and he will take it to the post office. All right, remember, you put the letter in the letter box, the postman will come and collect all the letters and he will take it to the post office. Now here, this is the post office. So when you go and visit a post office, you will see that there are so many people who are working in the post office. Some of them takes the letter, they check, then some of them they separate it according to the states or countries that you have to send, and then After all the distribution of work and after selecting all the letters according to the country and according to the state, we use pin code. Okay, there are certain numbers and certain countries or states have different pin codes, so they separate it and then they put it in the mail van. So this mail van is a special type of car, a vehicle which used to carry the letters or all the parcels or everything related to the post office, and they take it to the next destination. Okay, wherever the letters has to be sent are transported with the help of this mail van. So next, now all the letters have reached another post office and now it's time to distribute it to the people. Now all the postmen, okay, they will come, they will take the letters, all the things, and then they will drop it to the proper address which is written in the on top of the envelope. All right, that is how you receive the letter or the things that is sent from other state or from other country. Okay, so in the post office, you not only send the letters, but you can also send money, or you can also send some parcels, that is bigger things. Okay, and not only letters, but you can also send a telegram. Now you don't know what is a telegram, so let me tell you, it is also very similar to a letter, but telegram have shorter words. Okay, like for example, you're writing a letter and it takes about 1 page, right? But in a letter, in a telegram, you can't do that. You have to write in short words and make sure that it is a very small message, but the other person who receives this telegram receives the message that you want to give. Okay, so all these things are done in a post office. Next is telephone. All of you, I'm sure most of you or every one of you have seen a telephone, right? Nowadays in schools, in offices, we have these telephones. However, telephones have also changed with generation, all right? Earlier, we had telephones where we can only dial the number and talk to the other person. But nowadays, we have telephones which can record the voice, the telephone which we can use to talk to many people, like a conference call where we can talk to more than 1 or 2 people. And we also have telephones which can save the numbers, and we can do so many things from a telephone. Okay, and telephone is considered as one of the fastest means of communication because see, letters, I want to send a message from a letter, so I will write it down, I will go to the post office. So when I'm doing this, it takes about 3 days, 7 days, 10 days or more. Okay, but with the help of telephone, if I want to send a message, I can do it immediately, right? I just have to dial the number and I can call up the other person, talk to them, tell them, and pass on the message, right? So telephone is considered as one of the fastest means of communication, all right? Then coming to mobile phones. So nowadays, more people use mobile phones as compared to telephones because we can see that mobile phones can be carried from one place to another, right? Telephones, it needs some wire, and sometimes when there is bad connection, we have to go and check all the wires. We have to call up the office. It's a very long process. But if we have a mobile phone, we can just take it anywhere we like. We can take it in our journey as well. And likewise, it is very easy to use. Now in a mobile phone, nowadays we have the touch screen, right? Now instead of typing there, we can just touch it and our works become easier and easier. Also in our mobile phones, because the latest mobile phones, it is connected to internet and we can browse so many things from there, right? And even now also, I'm sure most of you will be watching this video with the help of the touch screen phone, right? So most people have started preferring these mobile phones. Okay, next is fax machine. Now this fax machine, it is connected to a telephone or also to some wires, and you can send your documents, your files. Also sometimes we can send some pictures. Okay, so this is also a means of communication. All right, so suppose I want to send a document to another person in another country, so I have to go to the post office, like how I told you the process that we go through in a post office, right? Now instead of going for this long process, I can just connect it to a fax machine, and I can send my documents to another person immediately or within few minutes or an hour. Okay, now mass communication. Now let me tell you what is a mass communication. Mass means we send the message to a large number of people. All right, now with the help of telephone we can also send the message, but what happens in a telephone, when we are calling someone, we can only send a message to one person or maybe two persons, right? But in mass communication, if I want to send a message, I can use it to send message to the whole school or to the whole village or to the whole town, right? So mass communication means sending a message to a large number of people. All right, now we have three examples here. One is the newspaper, one is the radio, and one is the television. Okay, now with the help of these three means of communication, we can send the messages. Now let me first tell you about a newspaper. Okay, now there is this person called a journalist. This journalist, he or she will go and collect the news and then bring it. Then there is this editor who will do all the editing, all the writings, and then with the help of some technicians, they are going to print it, and this newspaper is given to different parts of the city, right? In that way, everyone gets the news. Same thing with a radio. So a person will go, take the news, edit it, and record the voice and send the message through a radio to the entire village. Now the best thing about this radio is that there are many people, especially in the villages, who doesn't know how to read and write. So for them, radio is very helpful because radio gives information from their own languages, or radios also give news from different dialects, right? So with the help of those audio messages, the one who is listening gets the message quickly and is also very helpful, right? Now coming to television. Now most of the people use television to get informations, to get the messages, all right? Because in telephone, you not only see it, but you also hear it, and you can witness it from your own eyes, right? So people use television mostly now to spread messages. Okay, however, radios are still widely used in remote areas, means very far off places where they cannot have access to television, where they do not have they are not wealthy enough to have televisions, right? For them, for villages or in a very remote area, they keep a radio, and with the help of radio they get all the informations which is sent from the government or an information for their village or for their areas. Okay, so these are the examples of mass communication. Now let me ask you once more, what is the difference between a mass communication and a communication from a telephone? Now, mass communication means sending a message to a large number of people, and with the help of telephone or letters, we can also pass the information, but letters and telephone, we can reach out to only 1 to or few number of people, right? So that is the difference, okay? Next is the internet. Here in internet, we can do much more. This internet is connected to your mobile phones, or it is also connected to your computers, and you can get many informations all over the world. Now these internets are connected to satellites, okay? Satellites gives internet. Now these internets are connected to the mobile phones, to the computer, and you can get access to many informations, all right? Even the videos that you are watching now, all this can be downloaded, all this can be watched with the help of internet, all right? So internet is the latest means the most recent means of communication. Now it's question time. So question time, you have to turn your textbook to page number 82 and 83. Here you are going to learn as well as you are going to revise, okay, whatever we have learned so far. So in exercise A, which is fill in the blanks, the first one, short and brief messages are sent through telegram. Remember, in letters we write long words and long explanations, but in telegram we write with short messages. Second one, the fastest means of sending spoken messages is a telephone, all right? The third one, the most popular means of communication is, again, telephone, or you can also say a mobile phone, all right? And the last one, we send letters with the help of post office, okay? If there is no post office, we can't pass our letters to the other person, right? But with the help of post office, we can reach out to the person who is very far from us, okay? So likewise, you can also do exercise B and C and test how much you have learned from this lesson. So thank you very much, my dear students. I'm going to see you again with a new topic.